Hi, hello, how are you? Hope you're doing fine. Welcome to this channel. My name is Omani Jacob, and I'm here to talk about all things concerning data and AI. Today, I'm here to talk about the data engineering life cycle. Now, data engineers exist to serve data to analytics people, data scientists, and machine learning engineers. So, the life cycle of the data engineering cycle goes like this. The first part, you begin with the data generation part. That's how data is generated. Like some data is generated from databases, some other data is generated from Internet of Things. So some data comes from apps, it comes from different sources. That's the data generation part. And then we talk about the storage part. Now, inside the storage part, we have three. Some people say three, but mostly there are two. So, inside the storage part, we do have the ingestion. Remember, we say that for the purposes of analytics, data analytics, you get your data, you get it away from the production databases or data sources, and then you put it somewhere for analytics. So here, that kind of pulling of data from the data source to somewhere it's being stored temporarily. It's what we call ingestion. So ingestion can be of different types. It can be of streaming, whereby you're getting the data in real time. Then it can also be batch, whereby you get data in large chunks. Yes, that's also another way. So we do have that ingestion part, that ingestion stage. After the ingestion stage, we do have the transformation stage. Depending on the business needs or the people who are going to use the data, they might want the data to have different columns. So you transform the column, okay, you transform the data to maybe make new columns, or maybe change the data into a specific data type. If it's a string, then but if it's an integer but it's being ingested as a string, you change it into a what? You change it into an integer, not a string. So that's the transformation phase. Transformation phase can either be done using MySQL or depending on the other technology, but the ones I've encountered, you can either transform the data using MySQL or you can either transform the data using Python. So after you've transformed the data, that's when you can load it. So the loading part, you can either load it into BigQuery. So you're trying to get away. So that's the other stage. We started with data generation, ingestion, transformation. After you transform the data, now you need to serve it. But how do you serve it? You serve it by putting it into a data warehouse. And data warehouses include things like Google BigQuery. So from BigQuery, it's where the data analysts and the data scientists and the machine learning engineers, that's where they could be able to get the data. And you as a data engineer, what you're doing is that you're serving the data. So that would mean that the life cycle, that's the last stage in the data engineering life cycle, which is, just repeat again, which is data generation. Those are data sources. Then we go to data ingestion, that is batch, and then also streaming. Then we go to transformation, which can either be done by either MySQL or Python. Then we go to serving. You can serve the data through data lakes or maybe through data warehouses. A data warehouse, an example of a data warehouse, we do have uh, Google BigQuery. Yes. From Google BigQuery, that's where machine learning engineers, data analysts, and data scientists, that's where they could be able to get the data that is served to them. Thank you for watching. to inform.